guys, welcome to EyeSwoon Unplugged. Today I am going to make for you a swordfish dish with an olive raisin lemon chutney. This recipe is in Cook Beautiful, although I am going to adapt it ever so slightly because I have certain things on hand that I really want to use up before they go bad. And essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice some lemons, put them on a sheet pan, drizzle them with olive oil, salt, pepper, and pop them in a high heat oven until they get nice and caramelized. I'm gonna chop those up. I'm gonna put it together with some green olives that's gonna add the brine. And then I am going to soak some raisins in vinegar and a little bit of chili. So they're gonna get really plumped up and be filled with that tanginess and also a little bit of spiciness. So already now all of those flavors on your palate, it's the sweetness, it's the spicy, it's the tangy, it's the briny. And then I'm gonna finish it with some fresh herbs and some Marcona almonds, which is gonna give you that textural quality. And I'm simply gonna spoon that right over our fish. I'm using swordfish. You can easily use halibut if you want. I'm gonna sear it. You can grill it if you want. You can really use any fish. This is great on any other protein as well. So I'm gonna start to take you through this process. It's a yummy one and it's a simple one because the chutney can definitely be made in advance. So let's get cooking. I have sliced 2 lemons into 1/4-inch rounds. I'm going to drizzle them with olive oil and I'm going to broil them until they are charred on each side. They're gonna be in for about 7 minutes or so total. I'm gonna keep an eye on them and maybe give them a toss over after 3 minutes. So I have white wine vinegar, about 1/3 cup, and get it nice and hot. Simply going to pour the vinegar with the chilies over the raisins. I have about 1/2 cup of Castelvetrano olives, and I am going to pit these by smashing them with my knife, and that releases the pit. Of course, you can get these pitted if you prefer, but I love when they look and feel a little bit haphazard and torn. So I've had this bulb of fennel in my fridge for a while and it's about to go bad. So I figured why not add it to our chutney. So I will take 1/2 bulb and I will slice it on a mandolin so I get it nice and thin. And I'm gonna give it a rough chop. So these are unbroiled. They've been in for about 4 or so minutes. I'm gonna push my fennel to the side. I'm gonna have a sip of wine. These are kind of big, so I'm gonna do 2 bulbs of garlic. If you have smaller, you could do 3 bulbs. Similarly to how I addressed the olives, to release those skins from the garlic, I will smash them with my knife. So you guys ask me all the time about some of the tools that I use when I'm cooking. Right now I'm using a global knife. Sometimes I use material kitchen knives. My cutting board is from Black Creek Mercantile and Trading Company. They are my tried and true source for all of my cutting boards and cheese boards and serving boards. I'm gonna take my fennel and my garlic and my olives, put them in a bowl. I'm gonna leave my raisins because I want them to plump up even more and get really infused with all that tart flavor. What I'm gonna do now is chop up those lemons that just came out of the broiler. So you'll see some pieces have more of a char, some have less of a char, and that's totally okay. You really don't need that many tools in your arsenal in your kitchen. I would say that having one of these guys, a mandolin, it's a Japanese slicer. It's called Ben Reiner, and you can get it on Amazon, and it's practically what every chef I know uses in their professional kitchens. And as far as knives go, you don't need one of those 8-piece sets. All you need is a chef's knife, a paring knife, a serrated knife, which is this one. Those are the only 3 knives you really need. Beyond that, I would say a microplane is important. I love a mini food prep. I tend to use that a lot. So into this, we're gonna drizzle some olive oil, about 2/3 cup, and then we're gonna add the raisins. I'm gonna chop up some fresh herbs to throw in there, and then I'm gonna chop up these Marcona almonds. We're gonna add some honey to kind of amplify that sweetness from the raisins. And we're also going to add some fresh lemon juice. Seasoned with salt and pepper. I'm gonna put a little bit of that vinegar to give a little more acid, and then give it a taste. So many good flavors. Okay, I've brought these to room temperature and I have dried them so there's no moisture. I'm gonna drizzle them with olive oil and season them with salt and some pepper. All right, I have a pan on medium heat. I'm drizzling it with olive oil. Wait until it gets nice and hot, but not smoky. And then I'm gonna take these guys and sear them on about 6 minutes per side. Chop up these Marcona almonds roughly, but I am not gonna mix that with the chutney. I'm gonna sprinkle that on the top. And then I will also finish with some more fresh herbs and some dill and parsley. Swordfish. We're gonna drizzle our chutney right over the top of it. I've got raisins and olives and fennel and parsley. I'm gonna take some of those Marcona almonds, give a little crunch.